All righty. Let's get this started here. See what is going on. Got too many windows up on my computer. I need to slow this puppy down here. All righty. All right, cool. There we go. What is going on, folks? Hopefully you're having a good ending of your weekend. There we go. I've had a good weekend, productive weekend. I got some work done on the roll-off truck, getting doing some wiring stuff. Excuse me. Wiring stuff for my winch, and then had some dumpsters. Went to Cheddar's, which is pretty good. Their rack of ribs. If Chris James is already in here, their rack of ribs is just. I mean, I wouldn't say they're the best, but they're pretty stinking good. Also, the Cheddar's rack of ribs is like way over the plate. Like literally they had to cut a portion of it off and put it on top because it's the biggest rack I've ever seen. Like ridiculous rack of ribs. So really, really good stuff. Still have leftovers from that because I couldn't finish it. But yeah, hopefully you're having a good time. You're safe wherever you're at. See the cookie. What is going on? Glad to have you here. Hey, Daniel, Mark, evening all. Eric, what's going on? Alaska Allen, what's going on, sir? The Cookie Cheddar's has a great dessert called Cookie Monster. Ooh. Well, it fits the name, that's for sure. I would expect nothing less than for you to know about the Cookie Monster. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm gonna have to try that next time we go. I think we have a gift card to Cheddar's. We'll have to try that Cookie Monster out and we will report back to the cookie about the Cookie Monster. Let's see, Steve. Hey everyone, I'm sitting in Portland, Oregon, waiting for Monday delivery. Wow. Okay, gotcha. Steve, lock your doors. Hide anything valuable. I don't know. I have been through Oregon before. But pretty much some of those cities out west, my opinion is very low of them. And they're probably not the safest places, I would assume. So be careful over there. Jim, what's going on, sir? All right, getting some people in here. We've got Diet Pepsi tonight that we're drinking. We have the Mad Mush in the background over here. Ryder and Bello, they're looking for some pizza. They're looking for some crust. They know where the goods are at, so it's it's a good time. David, what's going on? Parked in Evanston, Wyoming for the night. Gotcha. All right. Mark, what's going on? Anyone know if Synergy is hiring? Good question. Oh man, Alaska Allen, it got dark too early today. Yeah, we Kara already mentioned that. She was raking some leaves out there and it's crazy. The sun literally was down by 6 p.m. or something. Of course with the time change. So oh dear. Gotta love that. Yeah, the only, as far as daylight savings, the only benefit, which I'm sure there's, well, the only benefit that I can see for the public, for people out there, are school bus drivers being able to see kids in more of the daytime. It's safer in general. That's the only thing I can think of why you would want what we're doing. But ultimately, I'm sure some way, somehow, it's always going to be about money. Um, our our governing officials are not doing it out of the kindness of their own heart for all of us. It's got to be about money some way, somehow. And anyways, there's my doom and gloom thoughts on that. Oh man. David agrees. Jim, heard they are having orientation. Okay, Synergy's having orientations. Gotcha. Chris, Mark, I've heard Synergy is taking in some trucks. Gotcha. Chris, I don't know if you were here just a little bit ago, but I was telling people that I had cheddars over the weekend, and I got the full rack of ribs, full slab or whatever. And their ribs, I like the sauce, pretty tender, and a lot of meat, but like it's just a long rack. I mean, it is. I literally could only eat half because their full rack of ribs is like everybody else's, or I'm sorry, their half rack of ribs has as much meat as everybody else's full slab of ribs or whatever. So kind of crazy there, but I've got half the stinking thing in the, I almost said in the garage, in the refrigerator because I could not finish. Jim, I'm with Synergy, but hooked to, I can't see the thing, hooked to something. I can't see. It won't let me see it. Whatever that word is. Oh, to IT. Okay, gotcha. Jim. Mark, thanks, Chris and Jim. I'll give them a call in the morning. Hey, there you go. All right. Man. Oh, wow. Okay, Jim says they have way more loads. Gotcha. Okay, so Synergy and IT kind of working together, pulling IT loads rather than Synergy loads. Gotcha. Steve, yeah, going through Portland, I've seen so many tents underneath all the overpasses and bridges. Yeah. I've seen, I don't know, documentaries or videos or whatever of just how truly bad it is and what they've done to their city and done to the people. Ultimately, we have free will to go choose what we want to do in life, and hard times can happen. But when you when you have policies in place in a state and in cities that squelch and crush small businesses and people actually trying to work and provide and provide services and different things, you're going to get what you're going to get. And so they've to a large degree done it to themselves with all their shenanigans, and ultimately people are suffering for it. Chris James, I was offered a spot over at, and now I still can't, the little heart button or whatever that I have to the bottom right. Oh, here we go. I can scroll a little bit over at Team RV. Okay. Gotcha. Chris, how big is Team RV? I've heard the name before several times. I think I've seen them in the Facebook groups before. Are they like a couple hundred drivers? Is this, I don't think they're certainly bigger than Horizon or Synergy maybe, but I'm guessing. What does that look like? Does anybody know, Team RV, what their operation looks like? Also, I'm probably going to be talking about it in a future video here. I've actually have I've got one video. I just haven't made a thumbnail for it yet. But I've got some thoughts I wanted to share, and not earth, shaking news or anything like that. But um, I've got one video I wanted to put out there, talking about life after RV transport, and then another video I'm planning on making here because I'm still obviously using my trucks and doing different things and maintenance and repairs and all that stuff. So still relatable to a certain degree with this channel. So I wanted to make it that video on this channel, but just talking about the cost of parts, and to a certain degree labor, but just some maybe some helpful thoughts on that, and maybe some ways to save some money a little bit, if and where you can, and just if not, reevaluating and counting the cost of what it really does take to operate with these crazy numbers of inflation, that our government does not want to admit, where things are really at, and really how bad things are with the prices increasing so drastically. But anyways, I did want to share that with you a little bit. That's going to be a future video here, and throwing in my 2 cents, whatever that's worth. A whole lot less now, apparently, with inflation, unfortunately. Uh, oh man. Let's see. Dennis, what's going on, sir? Glad to have you here. Chris, think the most they have had was 600 drivers at one time. Could be wrong. Okay. Gotcha. Team RV. Okay. Yeah, let us know how it goes. Let's see. Jim, how is their pay? Okay, over at Team RV. Lots of empty driver boxes at Synergy. Yeah. And I'm assuming it's only worse now than it was when I left, kind of at the beginning of the year. Um, man, that's just wild. That's craziness. Let's see. We got 17 people here. If you're feeling crazy, hit the like button. Give me a thumbs up. Maybe we can get more people in here and have a more wild conversation. But hopefully everybody's safe where you're at, around the country. I know sounds like a lot of people out on the West Coast, getting ready to drop off and start the week again, making it happen. But yeah. Let's see. Chris pays decent, a lot better than other companies. Gotcha. Man. Okay. If you would let me know, whatever company you're with, say what company you're with, and let me know what do your discounts generally look like. Obviously, you could be, very small discounts at certain places, but if you could give like an average of where you normally fill up at, what are your fuel discounts looking like compared to, um, well, just what are you seeing right now? Um, I know doing the EFS stuff, I'm seeing like 50 cents of a discount at the only Loves, place where I can even get a discount, here in Lafayette. But um yeah, I'm grateful for that. I know my regular pricing for diesel, it's around like 415 to like 440, somewhere in there, just at the pump price. And then, discounts obviously help, but where are you seeing prices at with your discount? I guess. Hey, fun with Fords. What's going on? Good evening from sunny SoCal. Hey, good to have you, man. Oh man. Yeah, I wish it was sunny here. We've already had some frost, some snow. It's I can't even say the word. It hurts. It hurts. Too soon, too much. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not ready for winter. I feel like I'm just coming down from the trauma of last winter. And here we go again. I feel like the summers are getting shorter and the winters are just annoying. It's just rude. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Oh my word. Jim, last week at one point only had 8 loads on the board. Gotcha. Over at Synergy. Okay. Man. Chris, team. Okay, team doesn't have the best discounts. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Steve, I'm sleeping in my F-350 Ford close to Portland tonight, listening to the Ram pitter patter on the roof. I gotcha. Let's see. Brian, been buying most of my fuel. Why does this? It's blocking the last word on the line. And then, okay, my fuel in Georgia at Love's 330 to 340 with a discount. Bro, what? That is delicious. I think I'm, well, let me look it up. Maybe. Pull up what my discounts are. Rub-a-dub-dub. Okay, yeah. So it says $4.35 a gallon and 35 cents of a discount. So $4. Man, you're paying $3.30. Of course, you're in Georgia, so go figure. Man, buy as much as you can. Buy a 2-liter or something. Fill those puppies up, man. That is great. It's really sad that that's really great, but that's still great. Fun with Fords. I'll be heading back to Indiana this week. Looking at the fuel prices along my route, it seems TA is the cheapest, and I saw the Oklahoma City TA was the cheapest at $3.23 with discount. Whoa, delicious! Oh man, wow, yeah, Oklahoma City. There's like what two TAs in Oklahoma City, like one like southwest and one just like south or something. If I'm remembering, if that's the right city, and it's always the one that, if I can remember right, it's always the one that's like enough cheaper to go to the south one rather than the like southwest one. And so sometimes I just go straight to that one, or even though it wasn't exactly on the route, but yeah, man, 3.23 a gallon. I at least know I'm getting the best discount in my area. That's for sure. But let's see. David, at Horizon, I've been getting fuel on average 338 to 360 a gallon. Okay. You're still beating me for the most part, man. Let's see. Funny said, hey, my external tank has been empty since I stopped driving in February. Now I worry that my tank likely has water condensed inside. That's a fair concern, I would assume. Um, Well, I would just say this. I'm assuming. Well, you're still going to have the main truck tank and fuel filter and the hopefully water separator. Hopefully that's able to keep that at bay. I'm trying to think of the best thing to do for that, but either add some type of an additive that could help with that. What do you guys think on that? If you did have, besides just, you know, loosening up the line and letting whatever's in there pour out or something, if it is just strictly water, I don't know. Traveling Tim, is this live? Maybe, I don't know. We're on a replay. Let's see. Dennis Grand Island Pilot is 337 at Synergy Comment. Wow. Pump price is 339. Wow. Oh, you mean like 337 and 339. I'm assuming you meant 439 or something there. Let's get on. Who'd have ever thought that 330 was cheap? Yeah. It's just, man, it's just disrespectful. It's at some point, like, dude, come on, man. Like, wow. Bandit, hey, what's going on? Hey everybody, Halloween was fun. We just got out of Mexico. For me, some glasses and a dental elevation. Wow. In Texas now. Left Smokey at doggy daycare in Yuma for the day. She's happily back in truck now. Awesome. Hey, going to Mexico, getting the right price for the right deal. That's awesome. Travel Tim, things are different now, but it was actually pretty good when fuel was higher. Back then we had higher rates also, right? Yes, sir. Chris, keep using my tank to keep this from happening. Gotcha. Yeah. I think I've got, I don't know. I've got a little bit, and a little bit in the auxiliary tank, 16 gallons. So I think I've probably got like 30 gallons in there. And then the 17 is a 60, I believe, or 59 gallon tank. I think it's a 60. I don't think I have anything in that, at least at the moment, but better do something about that. Dennis, there are 56 loads on Synergy board right now. Prices range from 135 to 165, a couple of 178s. Dennis, are those residences or train carts essentially going across the galaxy, or are those kind of CDL oddball one-off ones? Or Jeff, clean the tank, start fresh. Dennis, I meant 439. Okay, yeah. Bandits, we will get fuel outside of Oklahoma City for 332 with our personal EFS card. Boom, let's go. Awesome. Oh man. Jeff says, all right. One of the two, somewhere in there. Jim paid $361 in Glendale, Kentucky yesterday. Yeah. Man, I think Glendale, Kentucky was one of the hot spots I would hit. Is that right off 65? I think that's one of the ones I would hit pretty regularly if I was going that route. So that's 361 there. Okay. Steve Traveling Team, did you get your $50 from ES Advantage yet? I signed up with them using the link off your channel. Nice. Brian, Glendale is usually a good stop, Jim. Yeah. Same here. That's what I would do as well. Bandits, we passed C Farmer. Oh, nice. On I-40 today. Glad to see him back on the road. Nice. That's cool. There was a couple times where I would drive and then talk to somebody on the phone or something, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm here now." I'm like, "Wait, you're southbound, right?" "Yeah." "Okay, well, we just passed each other like 10 minutes ago." Like, we could have waved. Oh man. Back on the road. Traveling Tim, Steve. Yes, I did about a month ago. Thank you very much. Awesome. That is my Starbucks money. There you go. Let's see. Jeff, Smart Chris. Bandits. R RAC is down on the truck. It's not a Freon leak, probably the compressor or the sensor. Oh man. We're currently using a portable air conditioner. It's working great so far. Hey, that's awesome. That's a great little backup plan then. Bandits, do you hear the compressor clicking on? Is it trying to engage? What are the symptoms? If you don't have a leak, I would assume that there's not that many parts to the system. So, yeah, I would say the compressor, um, with, well, any of my vehicles so far, it's always been the compressor failing before any like other sensor at least. Maybe check the sensors and the cables, make sure that they're on there tight and it's not just loose or something maybe. But yeah, if you're not hearing that compressor click or try to engage, then that stinks. I think at least on my 12, and obviously prices are different for everything, but um well, off of Rock Auto and not paying for, same day or next day delivery. I think it was less than a couple $100, maybe something like that. 150 if you do it yourself. But you kind of need to have some of the tools to evacuate the air and the moisture out of the lines, and then hold a negative uh, charge or whatever you want, a vacuum, negative vacuum on or maybe that would just be hold a vacuum on the system, and then pump in the Freon to it. So you're not getting air and moisture in there and potentially grenading your compressor and the whole system from the beginning. Which when I first started, I learned the hard way, but yeah, sounds like it's compressor is not coming on. Oh no, and it was 90 in Phoenix yesterday. Oh no. Oh, that is just windows would be down, tears would be flowing. It would just be a tragedy. Man, oh man, oh man. Where am I at? Dennis, several of the 175, 178 are short trips. Okay. 250 to 550 miles, regular campers. Okay. A few heavy toy haulers and could have park models. A few Canada loads are in there. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see any Canada loads for the last several months when I was with Synergy. So they got some Canada loads back. Loads are in the 178 range to New Brunswick. Okay. Let's see. Traveling Tim, need to check voltage at the clutch. If you have voltage at the clutch and the compressor is not coming on, then clutch is bad. Negative vacuum is pressure. Well, there you go. Yeah, I think at one point, I think I went through at least 2 or 3 compressors on the Ram 12. Yeah. I think I went through more condensers from rocks somehow just obliterating that front coil or whatever, not coil, but puncturing a hole in it and then leaking out, the Freon. I went through way too many condensers, but also some compressors, and like, man, I know you can rebuild the clutch or whatever, and I'm sure it's like a lot less money than just buying the new compressor and doing the whole thing, but like not worth my time. And also I don't know how to do it, and I'm sure it's not that complicated, but um I'd rather just get a new compressor at that point. But that's the laziness to learn, I guess, in that department for that. I think I might have looked up at one time if there's like a video on how to rebuild that, or if it's even that big of a deal at all to do. But yeah. um, Dennis, how do you clean the auxiliary tank? Dump it, swap it, and finish with alcohol. I understand, never had to do it, but wouldn't mind knowing how just in case. Um, yeah, Dennis, I know they make as far as like specifically cleaning a tank, I think it's called like Clear Tank or something. I think it's from like Diesel, what is it? Power Service or something makes it. A bottle that'll clean a certain size of tank, but I think that's only meant to be used mixed in with diesel to like clean the actual inside of the tank as far as that goes, keeping that well maintained or cleaned or whatever, which I don't know with certainty how effective that even really is. But as far as just having water in the bottom of the tank, yeah, that's for somebody else to like, short of disconnecting everything on the tank and I don't know, hooking up like disconnecting the outlet and letting it just free flow or something, and then putting like an air compressor like at one of the top of, like, what do you do on that? Man. Nature Nut Photos. Tom said vacuum. Oh, Tim. Yeah, okay. I was like, Dennis, Canada Loans have just started to show. Gotcha. Travel and Tim, Dennis, there really isn't a good way. Mostly you just chemically treat it. You can't get inside of it to wipe it. And even if you had an angled pressure washer, the baffling in there would not. Yeah. Yeah. The only way that I know would just be, I don't know, maybe change out your filters, your water separator on the truck side, and just do that right before you maybe put in the what clear diesel or clear whatever that's supposed to help clean and whatever the tank. But and just hope that the water separator does its job, hopefully, brand new, and then help, with that other stuff. With the full tank of diesel, I believe you're supposed to do it with, or at least like half or something, whatever the instructions on that said. I've got some in the garage right now. Haven't done it in a little while. If it even works. And there's really no like measurable, really good way to tell, even short of slicing the thing in half to see, what's going on in here. But that's my thought. Bandits, an internet negative vacuum. That's a real problem. Traveling to allow you to clean it all. Yep. David, FYI, Canada now has ELD exemption for drive away and tow away. David, is so that exemption, would you need like an actual paper with that from each individual transport company to like show that, or is that just like a obvious, completely doesn't, you don't need to do anything at all, like, um I remember there were whispers of that, or it may or may not be accurate or whatever several months ago. Um, but I'm curious now. What does that really look like? Would transport drivers need to carry the exemption with them, or is it just like you don't even need to do anything? Um, Bennett's wow, that's great news about Canada. Boom, there we go. Awesome. Dennis, Power Service Diesel Clean will clean the system of gum and tar. I'm asking about cleaner tank of water and fuel. Yep, contaminated fuel. Charlie Tim, I did a video on how to replace a clutch. Most of them are one bolt and one snaring. That's a new word. One snaring and one electrical plug. Wow. Okay. That does not sound complicated. That is not too bad. It sounds like. I will have to check out your video. I'm kind of curious. Dennis, is pressurizing the opposite of vacuuming? Tim, pressurizing is the opposite of sweeping. Oh my word. Len, what's going on, sir? Welcome to the party. It's getting crazy. We're getting wild with our diesel auxiliary tanks. Oh my word. David, I would drain tank, add fuel. Add fuel along with a chemical treatment like 911. There we go. That would help with what little water there is in the tank. Okay. Well, with a full tank, the water would be very diluted and filters should do. That's a good idea. As far as I guess my question would be as far as draining the tank, if like are we talking like a gallon of water sitting in there? Like this thin across the whole bottom of the tank? You know, and at what I don't know what you're gonna drive up on a disconnect the rubber hose where the outlet would go to your pump that that would then send it to the other tank. uh are we disconnecting that rubber hose, parking on like a hill at the right angle because it's bolted into our trucks, right? So like we park at a sketchy angle and then just kind of hope and like shake the truck to hopefully get the water out of that outlet. Like I feel like that would be really tough. Or I guess another option that it might be, I mean, if we're kind of brainstorming, get one of those, I guess a siphoning type of a pump thing. The two hoses that go out and you literally just pump down like that. Um, Stick the hose that pulls up down into the tank and maybe park at a weird angle so all the water or liquid would be in that one corner, and then pump it out that way, and it gets out of the tank that way without even having to disconnect anything. Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. But yeah, David, I definitely think that 911 would help. And then a full tank of fuel and you're rolling. And I ultimately, so let's say you put a full tank of diesel in there and like you fill up your main tank. So, obviously you're pumping from the auxiliary to your main tank, pump maybe half of it out or a quarter of it out, and then fill up with more diesel again. You're diluting it even more. Just keep, as it's slowly going down, keep putting more diesel in that is good, and just absolutely destroy it, diluting it that way. If you have the time and the patience and whatever, fill up your main tank being empty with that and just slowly trickle it in as you're filling up the auxiliary. Maybe that's another way to protect yourself on that as well. Ultimately, the main thing, the water separator hopefully doing its job, um, the best it can. Dennis David Cross, is that official or rumor? Mark, that's at Horizon. David, I believe Canada, you have to do nothing. Horizon sent us an email on October 24th. Okay. Jim, 2 hot Canada loads, $1.45. Snap ring. Okay, snap ring on the clutch. Is that's what you were saying, Tim? Brandon says, anyone know how many Synergy drivers there are now? We heard some where they were down to 50. Whoa, bro. Wow, is that true? Wow. They were at 670 when we left. Oh my word. I think they were in like 300s when I left. Let's see. David, if you're talking condensation, it won't amount to much water. To begin with, I'd be more worried about old fuel in the tank. I think that's fair. Yeah. When I'm picturing like water in the tank, like I find it really hard to believe that there's like 10 gallons of water sitting in there because it's been empty and, accumulating somehow. Like I'm picturing a gallon, like you're kind of talking about the condensation in there, like very, very little. And so if you're really, really, really trying, like do all these kind of things we're talking about, but, yeah, I would be more concerned about the old fuel. much more realistic problem, I would think, as well. Dennis, I know Jim, crazy, huh? Hot loads, $1.45. Wow. And Canadian to boot. Going to Canada at $1.45. These are not the $2+ days anymore, seemingly. Wow. Dropping off. Dennis Bandits, 50-ish is probably about right. I'll know tomorrow. Jim Bandits, how do you get a straight answer regarding number of drivers? I guess depends on who you ask. There was only a few people at Synergy that I got like straight answers on most things. So interesting stuff. Brian said Nate told him 400. Wow. Traveling Tim, 50 seems way low. Man. Brian, don't know how anyone could pull at those rates. Man, it's $1.45. That's awful. We used to do Canada for $2. Yeah, $2+ with different incentives and all that stuff they had going on. I never did a Canada load, but like you guys were killing it. Even like as Tim said earlier, even with higher fuel prices, the pay was just so much drastically, more money going to Canada, especially back in a year plus ago. Wow. Be possible for $1.45 at these prices. Jim, you could call a recruiter if they'll give you an answer. I don't know. Dennis, I'll ask them tomorrow how many they've told me before. I don't think they keep that a secret. It's easy enough to count the driver boxes. That's true. Walking in there, I remember it was almost, completely wrapped around the room at one time with all the little sections or whatever, dividers wrapped around. And I think I was right before I left. I think I might have even taken a picture. I think I was like at the end of the second column of like the original people who were there before me. And there was like, I mean, and then it was just wrapped around the whole room. Even at like what 300 and whatever people, but man, oh man. Where am I at? Tim, like the recruiter ever tells anyone the truth. I I would venture, I would just say that I don't think they're informed often enough for them just to have accurate information. I feel like they're probably generally at the best case, they're speaking without knowledge, but they have maybe good intentions. I don't know. And whether they're wanting to or not to tell the truth, they probably are having old information or bad information, and they don't know what they don't know. So I would assume bandits or drivers can see how many mailboxes there are for drivers in the lounge. Dennis, if you don't have to buy fuel there, it really doesn't cost more to go to Canada. Jim, exactly, Tim. We either have 400 or 50 drivers. Nothing in between. It's one of the two, baby. No. Oh, man. Internet photos, I'm positive there are more than 50 driver boxes. Yeah. Yeah, 50 driver boxes would literally be like 4 rows or something. 4 columns and not even a whole like shelf. I bet they wouldn't be in business if it truly was at 50 drivers, with maybe a third of them not driving constantly, if they are at all, I don't know. But Dennis, true. We never bought fuel in Canada except in Labrador and going to Alaska. Bandits. Oh wait, did I skip something? Oh, Alaska Allen. Maybe that's why they don't have that many drivers, because he was going to run for $1.35. Man. Bandits, someone told us today they saw Synergy banners in Indiana transport offices. Huh. We're paying. Jim did lots of Canadian loads, and they were paying a $400 bonus at one time. Yeah, that's what I'm like. $2 a mile plus $400. Like, whoa. Bandits, Dennis. True, we never bought. Oh, okay, I just read that. Okay. Jeff, my box moved 2 rows to the left again, but there is at least a couple hundred to my left. When Brian Treat told me what Nate said, it seems a little high. Maybe the 400 includes IT drivers too. Oh man. Wow. Let's see, Dennis. There are a few Canada loads for $1.78. They were higher during COVID because they required vaccines. So willing drivers were scarce. Now that's not the case. Still need a passport though. Gotcha. Jim, Al just took one to Alaska for $1.30. Going to Alaska for $1.35. That what did I just get? What is happening? Oh my. Wow, $1.35 to Alaska. I guess if you're able to see family, then it at least pays for your fuel and whatever. But man, wow. Chris, I bought fuel in Canada once, but that was it. where am I at? I'm losing it here. Jeff, Synergy Compliance, Jessica and Darren are at IT office now doing their compliance also. Gotcha. Yeah, I heard that as well. Jim Bandits, we are pulling IT loads as they have more than they can handle. Bandits, Dennis, true. Daniel, that is Alabama. Oh, going to wait. What's Alabama? Did I miss a text? No. Oh. Oh my word. We're hopping all over the place, folks. Wow. Alabama. Thank you, bandits. And I see Chris said that as well. Oh my word. Yes, I'm getting okay. $1.35, everybody. $1.35 to Alabama. Yes. Kara is waving in the background. She is. There she is. Oh man. Guys, I am getting the wife signal. Apparently that's the wife signal right there to shut the party down. I see a waving phone and arm. Guys, when I don't know whether it's Alaska or Alabama, it's time to shut this party down. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you get some good rates if you're out driving. I need help. We all need help. I don't know. Let's see, Tim. I just pulled off the road. Finally, dead deer tally for the day from Nitro to Holland, Michigan was 78. Oh man. Oh my word. Hi, Kara's phone. Todd. Oh my word. Oh my word. Thank you. Yes. I get Hi, Kara's phone. Good night and God bless everyone. I'm going to go back to middle school or elementary school and learn my states. It'll be great. Nature Nut photos. Next week, we work on state abbreviation. I'm done with you guys. Okay. Thank you. Be safe. We will catch you later. And stay loaded. Okay. Everybody. God bless. See ya.